Like so far, trailing 4-0. Iverson with the lob for Carter. A taste of what he did last night in perhaps the most spectacular slam dunk contest performance the league has ever seen.
A tremendous play here. The backdoor slam, and you talked about it, Bob. What the show that Vince Carter put on last night in the slam dunk.
Alonzo Mourning, Shaq, inside double pump. Eddie Jones out of the pack with it, looking ahead for Carter. Watch out! Air Canada slams it down. Full out minutes. There's obviously no coaching here.
Well, let's take a look of Vince Carter one time again in the open floor. This is what the people pay to see. This is a little bit of what you saw last night.
Goaltend. Carter's got it. Shot clock still running. Vince's three is off. Line drive rebound to Eddie Jones. Poked away from Carter back to Hill at midcourt. Are you following all this?
I'm listening good, Bob.
Here's Iverson from Carter. Count it plus the foul.
I'm letting you do your thing because there's so much action going on here. These guys are having a great time. I thought it was goaltending, just a slam by Check, and then the behind-the-back wrap-around pass out of the double team. The degree of difficulty up and under by Allen Iverson.
If this were Jim 4 to 50, if you're keeping track, which is hard to do in this one, Iverson spins around a fallen kid, behind the back to Carter.
Vince Carter.
The thing about this play was the catch. Watch the play. He reaches behind him, catches, goes around Garnett, and the beautiful finish. Like a ballet dancer right here. Vince Carter, we see the slams this time, the beautiful finger roll fading away from the defense. Fake. Guy goes for it. He lays it in the basket.
Iverson, last couple of seconds, lays it off to Vince Carter, and that ought to be the last bucket. Jason Kidd out of the corner at the buzzer. And we've got a 5-point game at the half.
I'm here with Vince Carter. Vince, is this the ultimate playground game? Are we going to see the same thing in the second half, or is it going to get a little more serious?
I think it's going to be a little more serious. I think the money's involved now. Everybody wants that 20 G, so soon.
Is this everything you thought it would be up to now?
Definitely. This is a dream come true, and I'm going to live it up.
All right, Vince, good luck in the second half. Bob, back over to you.
Vince Carter had 8 points in the first half, but he became a star on this All-Star weekend last night, Doug.
Well, you can't describe these dunks, what this man did. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand. Watch this one bounce between his leg, the windmill dunk. He was absolutely terrific. He had the charisma, the energy, and he just captured the crowd and was a very, very popular winner last night. By a landslide, I should say.
You look at his entire game. The slam dunk contest with all the highlights, not just in the live airing, but all the highlights later on the various shows on broadcast TV and cable have really put him into the consciousness now of casual fans, not just rabid basketball fans. But it isn't just his dunking, as stunning as that is. He's a good rebounder. He's a good defender. In his 2 years in the league, he's become a better ball handler, a better outside shooter. This guy's a coming star if he isn't a superstar already.
Well, and also, too, his team, Toronto, is probably going to make the playoffs this year, which is another thing. You see them hugging Magic Johnson. But, you know, the thing that amazes me about Vince Carter is when you see him in person, Bob, is the power and the strength that this man has as an athlete. You know, sometimes that gets lost on television. But yesterday in that slam dunk, he did it so easily. He didn't even break a sweat in the competition.
Many fans still in the aisles trying to find their seats. Third quarter be counted as a three-pointer. Carter with an acrobatic move. Missed by a mile, but the second try is clean.
Well, that's what you talked about with Vince Carter right there, that fading jump shot that he is so good at doing now. We're creating distance with a defender. Grant Hill looked over at me at halftime. He said, I'm out of shape. He said, I only played about 10 minutes. I can't keep up with these guys.
Love the way you play the game. Thank you. Keep it up. I used to say I would never pay to see nobody play, but I'll bring my kids to see you play. Thank you. Thank you.
How about that? He'd bring the kids to see him play, but he probably doesn't have to pay. A guy like Malone, I think, can get comp seats for the rest of his life.